Okay, give me just a second. I'll work my way in. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm going to show you the fountain, and then I'm going to try to recreate it from this because I need to make a few changes to it. But this is basically the fountain without any skins. It's kind of naked right now, but we'll make it work out. I am just attempting. Okay. So I did this one because I was going to put it on official. And when I initially did it, I was doing it on the ground. And when I put this pillar in the ground, when you try to put it on something like ceiling, say like you're putting it on a platform and you're putting it on ceilings, it makes it too tall because half of this pillar is in the ground. And so right here, I would probably say do like a half pillar and then do the one pillar and then do the triangle ceilings and then just work your way out from the triangle ceilings. I don't know how many of you have built boss platforms, but it's kind of the same concept. And you just keep going out. Make my way back. Well, so I'm gonna make my way out. Ain't gonna let me free. And so what you see here is initially like that first little layer. And then I came all the way out. I did this first outer layer. And then I went up a quarter wall. And then worked my way back in. And then just built up to the top. And then of course added the stairs. And all these are quarter walls. And there's just quarter walls for days. And then I just kind of made it look a little, like gave it a different look. So I put these little half pillars in between right there. I mean, I guess you could initially just use whole pillars, but I used to have pillars. And then what I was going to do, I haven't done it yet, but what I was going to do was I was going to put the beams across the top, and that was going to be like the waterfall spilling down in. And I was going to do the same thing right here. I was going to make it like the fountain, like the waterfall's coming down. And so, and I can't remember the water that I used. There's some water in Arcadian, and then I think mine wasn't Arcadian though. I used a different one, but it I mean they both do the same thing. They're both water, so and you can adjust it however you want to. And so then of course these are the large decor boxes for the statues, and I'll show you all that as we go through. So I'm gonna attempt to take this and like try to recreate it with a half pillar, hopefully. We're gonna see if we can. I'm gonna half pillar it and see if that works out any better, because I do need to make a new version. Hey, this will give me enough space, hopefully. Okay, we did a half pillar, then I'm gonna go back and do a whole pillar then. That might be a little shorter. I don't know, that might make it a little bit shorter, but I know that it don't need to be two whole pillars, because when I was on official and I put it on my platform, it was way too tall. So we're gonna do half pillar and we're gonna work it that way. And then we need to trade to the triangles. And I'll probably have to look at my build because this took so much. I built it once, but even I have to go back and look at it. It's a lot to take in. So I started with your 6 triangles. I started there. I know I came out 1. I put these on the outer edges, which is initially what you'll see here. And then I did, where's my triangles? The triangles. It's confusing at the like when you first start it. Like even for me, it's really confusing because I've only built that one. So, and that took me a long time to put together, trying to base it off of somebody else's. So, because I was trying to base it off the one you saw in the video as best I could, but a more official friendly one. And then let's see here. I'll have to compare off of mine because this really took so long. So my initial, okay, so I finished everything there. So this is where it's gonna get tricky because when I got done with the platform that you see out there, then I went down a quarter wall and then attached my, like I dropped it then, because see mine was much taller. Mine would have been like up here because I was doing 2 full pillars. So the stairs may mesh into the ground a bit, but we can make it work out. So I need to go down a quarter wall, find my quarter walls. This is going to be the tricky part. Okay. Well, I can get it to work. And then it just takes time. Lots and lots of time. When I built that one, it took a long time. So I understand. Around. Goodness. Doesn't help that my controller has like a stick drift with it either. Trying to balance it so it don't drift off in space. Oh no. This one don't. Oh. Okay, then we dropped, and then what you're seeing is the drop down right there, like where this half pillar is. So you're seeing the drop down part. And then I initially just did the same thing as I did before. I did your like square ceilings, and then I did the triangle ceilings. Okay, I think I started mine on, I did all the squares like where the triangle was. So you just drop it down. So wherever your triangle is on this platform, that's where you want to put all your square ones. Or that's where I put all mine. I'm just used to it that way. Something is trying to. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh no. I may having a red gun in this video. Come on now. Come on now. Goodness. Darn. Why don't you go down here and visit them? Come down here and visit them. I'm busy. Or don't visit them. That's cool. Oh, oof. Oh, take it away from there. Oh, it don't want to go over there with the team over there? Now the team's in the way. Goodness. At least they got it out of the way, I guess. Where's that follow all? This is the only time I'll ever want to do follow all. Come on over here. Get out of my way. Goodness. Can't even do a proper video without something trying to eat me. Move out of my way. They're all up in the way. Okay. Sorry. I didn't think. You know what? Let's just take care of this guy. Straight, get on there. Can't even do a proper video without someone trying to eat me. Oh, anyways. So, we did all of our square ceilings. And so now you have to go back and you have to do your triangle ceilings and the gaps in between. Just fill in all the gaps. Well, attempt to fill in them gaps. And so that part is what you're seeing at this bottom. So I did a 2 tier for the water. So then that's this part. And then you just do kind of like your decorational stuff, so to say. You just go in. And what I did right here was I just went around the edge with a wall. Like I just did a regular wall, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I just did the regular walls up here because I was gonna do like the water and stuff coming down. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the outer edge with all our quarter walls because quarter walls take forever to place. And so then you place all your, well, I say I won't place that quarter wall. I don't want to just, and it's going to be quarter walls all the way around the edge, which initially makes your bottom part of your fountain. I did railings at first, but then I realized that wasn't going to work out because I wouldn't be able to do what I wanted to do as far as giving it the kind of like a stone look is what I wanted to do for mine. And I couldn't do that with railings. Because it doesn't make it like a wall look. The railings are like see-through. Oh darn, I was gonna do the next tier up. And then you do the same thing for this one. Get somewhat better at this square wall laying here. Okay. So there's your top of your fountain, there's the bottom of your fountain, and then for this part, I'm gonna do it next. And for one of these, I did, instead of doing a wall, I did like the secret door. If you wanna like put a light, like a tech light or just an omnidirectional light or whatever it's called. If you want to do something like that, I did a secret, like little secret door or whatever. And so, or for mine, I did that. I might do one here too, just to go ahead and do it. Well, that didn't work out. Guess I'll do it. Wait, what? Oh, too far. My bad. Is that flipped the wrong way? Okay. So then that's this part. And then above that, I did quarter walls because I was gonna do the stone, like for the mod it'd be the gothic stone. I was gonna do the gothic stone and then do kind of like a glass look here. So then I did quarter walls because I wanted to do like that glass look. But I also did the walls because I was gonna put like pillars across the top to make my waterfall effect. So that's another reasoning behind that for the walls. So I was trying to bring the pillars up a little bit. But you can always readjust any way you want to. You don't have to do a lot of this if you don't want to. It's all up to you. I'm just showing you what I did. No, they were also even. No, I'm not gonna be able to stand that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then that's this part that you see. And so then I just filled those in with the triangle. Well, okay. Just filled it in with a triangle. Just like so. So this is what it looks like so far. And then we'll go ahead and we'll add like the stairs and stuff. The stairs just go around the edge. Might take you a second because quarter walls. Nope, nope. So go all the way around the edge. And then right here, I was going to do like a glass look because I liked how the glass looked on here. And so I was doing like a glass look for this. You don't have to add this. You could just put a statue at the top. Like, all four of these decor boxes, they were statues. But you don't necessarily have to do all four statues if you don't want to. Or you don't have to do the glass box like I was going to do. You could just put like one decor box and just do one statue if you want to, like at the top. Because that's what initially what I did is I did four statues around the edges, and then I did the one statue like up top. And that's in the signs and awnings skin on the Flora Moderna. So that's what I did for that. I'll probably not go through all that to do those decor boxes because those are awful to place. But at least you know what it looks like. But for this box, what I did was I went to the middle. I just got a pillar, just a regular pillar. And I went to the middle and I just placed a pillar. And then what I did was, I think I did like a pillar and a half pillar is what I did for those. I have to pull my thing out to look because it's been a second. Yeah, I did a pillar and then a half pillar. I was like, I know I didn't do like nothing taller than that. So I did the pillar and the half pillar. And then all I did was I just took four. I guess I could have just done a regular ceiling, but I didn't think about that at the time. But I took four of the quarter ceilings and did it. But you can just do a regular ceiling. I'll probably just do a regular ceiling because it'd save you on pieces. It's the same concept anyways. You just gotta make sure you center it. Make sure it's in the middle. And then I just did the quarter walls coming down. And you could change that too. Like I looked at it after I got it done. I could have initially done. That's not a wall. I could have initially like brought it down and did like some quarter ceiling. You know, like I could have done it multiple ways. Or you know, like I could have done. I could have done the quarter ceilings or the quarter walls, not quarter ceilings, quarter walls. I could have done the quarter walls. Too many quarters in this game. I could have done the quarter walls to bring it down and kind of do my same concept of like adding the glass to the quarter wall part and then doing stone. And I'll show y'all I'll skin that one over there since it's already got the decor boxes on it. I highly love y'all, but those decor boxes are not that fun to place. Or not for me anyways. Um, but to save you on materials, you can always change this out to a wall if you would like to. Well, I say that. Don't want to place it right. Tells you can place a wall, can't place a wall. Okay. But you can always do the walls like this. And then just place your decor boxes. You would place them like in the little gaps on each edge. And you could put your skins. I would recommend putting your skins on first for these pieces before the decor boxes so you can actually see what you're skinning. But you don't have to, but I just recommend it. And of course there's a decor box at the top, the decor boxes on the edges. And then the only other thing is I did slope walls to kind of give it like a different look. As you can see, I did like a pillar. I did a regular size pillar to go around the edges and did the half pillars in the middle for this layer. So initially all I done was, let me give my pillars back. Oh, regular size pillar. Is I done just your pillars around the edges and you can turn them however you want to. And I just went around the edges, and I know they kind of turn, so you can adjust them however you want to, but basically at every corner I just put a pillar. And yes, they look off. Please don't judge me for pillars. Oh. And then I just took a half pillar, and I put that in the middle. Said I put that in the middle. Did the same thing there. Just put it in between the big pillars all the way around. And if you want to, you can even go as far as like putting the little half pillars on these edges. If you want to give it a little extra there. And I did the same thing up top where I did the pillars around the edges again. And again, just give it that look. Oh, that's half pillar. Oh, oof. Okay. So I just did these pillars around the edges. And then I just filled it in to give it a different look with those slope walls. And for the slope walls, I kind of followed all of the kind of like where the square ones were. I just made it even with the square ones, and that's how I did those. On the bottom, there's my slopes. So, oof, okay. So I just went to each square one. I just put the slopes. And then for the, oh, I was like, where did my build go? And then for the top, I did the same thing. It just looks a little closer together because it's a smaller area. But I did the same thing where I went to the squares and I just put the slope walls. So I just followed the lines like where the squares are. So where you see each square ceiling. Just takes a lot of time to do. Place it. And of course I'm not doing those decor boxes, but I'll skin those to show, I'll skin these decor boxes just to show you what I'm talking about. And then you just go through, I think that's pretty much everything. I think I got everything there. Yeah, I do, except for the decor boxes. So once you get everything, then you can just go through and you can skin it however you want to. Of course, I'll use the, don't judge me for these amount of skins, you're about to see. Don't judge me for all these skins. And let's see if it'll tell me what this water is. It does not tell me what this water is. It don't tell me. So I'm not sure. But I'll find out and I'll put it in the description on my YouTube channel. I just would have to go out and look for it. So anyways. So then, I should have everything out here. So this is what I was going to do for these parts. Right above. I was going to do these. Oh, my waterfall effect. That's what I was going to show you. I was trying to think of something else. I was missing something. So I'm told that you can do the thin beams or the regular beams. So I'm going to try a regular beam. Where's my regular beam? Oh, it's right here. Up, up, up. Oh, it does work now. And you can scan the wall behind it too. So the wall and the beam, the beam. Kept wanting to say pillar. The wall and the beam to give it to where you can't see the wall, like behind that waterfall. It gives it a more lifelike look. And then you just do a beam on each section and go all the way around with it. think this may be, is this my sign? Oh, it is. Okay, so everything's right here. The sign one's like the little clock, the clock you see on my hot bar, the far left. It's called Signs, Awnings, and Decor. And that's how you make the angels. Unless you just want 4 transmitters or, I think the other one's the force field. Oh, this angel's not right. I thought I'd made them all even, I guess not. And then, same thing, same concept up top. And then you can always go in if you want to make it bigger. Make it massive. Make it like a bigger one and make them the 4 small ones. Like I said, you don't have to do these if you don't want to. Because I know how tedious it is trying to make a decor box. Even though you can adjust, like turn it, like rotate it and everything, it's still some very tedious work to do. And so I just don't like all the tedious stuff. But anyways, but that's what you can make the angels out of that. And then I basically, I did have this one skinned, but then I accidentally messed it up. And I had to rebuild it, so I hadn't reskinned it yet. But I was initially going to use, I'm just going to give you a quick overview, so I won't keep you too long. But I was going to do the stone, because I like the stone and that glass look together. Thought it looked nice. And you could do those in quarter walls too. And if you want to go as far as using those type of pillars, you can use other pillars from this. Yeah, I think I like the... Okay, I'm just going to go around and show you before I end the video. I actually like the stairs from... I like those stairs, but I like these stairs, the Roman style stairs, a lot better. They just looked a lot nicer with it, in my opinion. I like the look of those. I don't know why. They're stairs, but I like the look of those stairs. And of course, you can do it any kind of skin you want, whatever you like. But that's pretty much all I got to tell you. You know how to make the angels, and now you know how to make a fountain and do a waterfall. Oh, and the last thing I was going to tell you is the pillar, do the same thing down here, because these walls can turn into water too. These quarter walls can turn into water too. And so you can initially do the same thing, and even like those half pillars can turn into water, so they won't be seen either if you don't want them to be seen. And so you can just initially do the same exact thing. And I'll pull another beam out. Said I'd pull another beam out. ArtCAD, other plans. And so it would look like, well, let me go down a bit. So then it'd look like that. And of course mine would be glass, like at the top. So you can either do it where it's see-through, or you can do it kind of like through the stone. I hadn't looked at what it looks like through the stone, but we'll look right now. So yeah, it looks a little weird that way, so I can understand. I'd probably just do the clear wall for those. I don't know. That's up for debate. Either way, you know what it looks like now. But it would initially look like that if you did it with all the clear walls, and I don't know why those quarter walls keep trying to show through. And that's pretty much all I got to tell you. It shows you everything. It shows you how to get the statues and the waterfall look, and how to build a fountain. And if you want to add anything else to it, you can. And make it your own. And that'll be all. Bye guys.